Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Lever Guns 5110. Today we are going to look at the oldest American cartridge. It was originally designed for self-defense, and you may be wondering just what cartridge is this. Well, think no longer. Look right here. This is the 22 short. These 22 shorts come out in 1857. And it wasn't for 30 years before the 22 long rifle come out, or nowadays a lot of people just call it an LR. Not sure why, because long rifle's just as easy to say as LR. But anyhow, we're gonna shoot some of these right here through one of the most iconic weapons of the United States, which is the lever action. So we're gonna shoot the first cartridges that come out in the United States in one of the most iconic guns that was ever made in the United States, and just have a little bit of fun. Okay, we're gonna do some of these right here versus the Remingtons and just see what kind of power difference is in penetrating them pants down there. And so let's get started with that. This is a Browning lever action. It's really easy. Just pull that out like that. We're gonna drop the Remington in first, then the Gila next. Drop that down. It latches automatically. Then we'll lever that Remington in there first, and then see if we can't nail them pants. Okay, now here's one of them super extra. Let's shoot it a little bit louder. Now, let's set this gun in a safe direction and come down here and check it out. Let's see what the super extra did versus the Remington. The Remington come in right here, the super extra right there. They both penetrated the first pair of pants. Super extra leave a little bit bigger hole than that Remington. Let's see if they both penetrated the second pair of pants. Yep, both of them penetrated the second pair. Okay, going into this one. Got that one there. And let's see. Let me double check. Okay, it's coming through here. Okay, I see them both going into the third pair of pants. That's pretty impressive right there, there and there. Let's see if they come out. I don't think they did. Up here is the super extra right here. We'll set it down right here and then try to find the Remington. There's, no. Wait a minute. This is the super extra here. And this here is the Remington because of it was golden. So the Remington may have been gone just a hair further, but not much at all. So let's look what they did. They went through 4 pairs of pants. That's pretty impressive, really. I mean, well, they stopped in the 4th one. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a 22 short. That cartridge was originally for self-defense out of the Smith Wesson, because Smith Wesson actually designed that. They got it off the 22 BB cartridge, which come from France, if I'm not mistaken. It was designed in 1845. They just used a round ball, and then Smith & Wesson took and lengthened the cartridge out slightly and put a 26 grain bullet on it and used it in their little self-defense revolvers. And so this is the first self-defense round. Originally, it had black powder, but you saw that is plenty. That would definitely kill something. That's a lot of penetration there. So the oldest American-made cartridge certainly shot through 3.5 pairs of pants and showed us that it still got plenty of power to do what it needs to do. Now, let's see what it does compared to one of these quiet long rifles, or LRs as everybody likes to call them nowadays. I'm not really big into abbreviating words down, like calling it 2A instead of Second Amendment, because I've asked quite a few people about 2A, what does 2A mean, and to be honest with you, a lot of people had no idea what 2A meant. And so I think we ought to use complete words so that people that's watching, and also people that are listening to you, actually knows what you're talking about. Because not everybody in this world is from the United States, and even people in America don't know what abbreviated words are. And if we're trying to explain stuff to people, sometimes it's better if you use a complete word. Okay, here we are. Bullet went in right here, popped through there, went in that one, popped out that one, went in this one, and stopped right here. So it didn't even go as far as the little smaller bullets out of that 22 short, although that was a quiet load, not made for a lot of speed. And also somewhere in here in 1871, the 22 long come out, and it was a slightly lengthened version of the 22 short, shot the same weight of bullet if I remember right. Wasn't until the long rifle come out that they actually went up to the 40 grain bullet. Long rifle come out in 1887. While we're doing 22s, let's do the 22 long rifle just to compare it with the other bullets. Like I said, this cartridge actually come out in 1887. So let's shoot this 22 long rifle into there and see how many it goes through. As you can tell, that was quite a bit louder, and it had quite a bit more power. But did it penetrate more? That was a Remington Golden bullet. So let's take a look at what's going on, see what we did. Okay, it's coming through here. It's making a pretty decent hole through that one. It's knocking a pretty good wound channel, really. A little piece of lead come off of it. It's going into the one that the 22 shorts made it to. Now the big question is, did it go all the way through this pair of pants? Because that's where the 22 shorts failed to penetrate, is this pair of pants here. And it didn't go through it either. Let's see if we can dissect it. See where it is in here. A little tiny bullet coming through there. Probably in one of these pockets. I'm gonna find it and I'll bring you back on. Okay, here it is. There's the 22 long rifle, and as you can see, out of all the bullets, it's the only one that expanded. So you can tell that it actually did a better job. Here's that quiet bullet, which I imagine it's going about as slow as that, or it's probably going slower than the short. Now the shorts failed to expand at all, but they did penetrate pretty good. They penetrated about the same as the 22 long rifle, but the 22 long rifle expanded, making a bigger wound channel, making it a much better killer. Nowadays, with everybody going to bigger, more powerful guns, the 22 short still has a place.